marker, A1, artist touch, uncut, and go. I don't even know if that makes sense.
What's marker?
That's what they say. Welcome to Uncut, where we get together, get comfortable, get real. Guys, we're so excited that you've decided to join us today. This is our very first episode. This is our launch date. We are here to answer a couple of questions. Everyone's been asking us how we met, what is Uncut, why did we start it, and what to look forward to on this first season of our brand new show.
So first of all, how did we meet? Like, how did this come about?
Good question.
I'm Lisa. This is my sister, Michaela. And what's your name?
My name is Priscilla.
Yes.
And I'm Deborah.
And how this came about is we've grown pretty close, especially this past year, as friends, as sisters. Our interests definitely align, and you'll see that throughout the show. Our interests, our beliefs, our work ethics, just who we are has definitely aligned more in the past year. And it started with us it's something we do on the regular. We're always talking, we're always cracking jokes, we're always having deep, meaningful conversations, or even just being silly, but we wanted something authentic.
Yeah, for sure.
On social media, something where people could relate, people can associate with, people can
identify with,
yeah. Right? Something that's not edited, something that's raw, which
that's
is
uncut.
That's where the name came from. Uncut. But we wanted something where people can just a platform where we could speak freely. And be heard freely and not be so edited and cookie cutter.
And be able to open up the conversation for you guys to be able to feel comfortable enough to say things that have not always been easy to say, that have not always been, the norm, but be able to be like, you know what, if they can be open about that, then maybe so can I. Yeah, so that's really big to us.
Honestly, like, I also feel like a show like Uncut is kind of like missing in YouTube, to have like four women of faith actually come together and actually have a show where we talk about not only just topics that people can relate to, but have relevant topics where people can get something educational out of the episode, something they could watch with their moms, something they could watch with their kids. So definitely something that we want to what I want to say is that we want everyone to get something out of the show. We're not just here to gossip. We're not just here to talk about what's happening on social media, but we're really here to give you guys what God has poured into us and just have like a fun time with you guys.
And we're different. Like we've, when we were talking about what kind of show we wanted to have, we saw that there was something authentic about Uncut that we didn't see elsewhere. So, you know, for a fact that when you're tuning into something real, something that's not been done, something that's, you know, really different and kind of speaks to who we are as women.
Yeah, you're tuning into the perspective of four different women that are willing to be vulnerable, which is something that you don't see. Yeah. So that's one of like the key stuff or the key ingredients in our cut is not only that we're raw, we're authentic, we're vulnerable, the vulnerability that and the transparency that the four of us have, we're willing to share,
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100. We're willing to share, our fears, there's stuff that we like, that we don't like, our failures is a big one. You guys will see that. But yeah, so
and just be ourselves, right? Just not be yourself, to
fun.
be genuinely who we are. You know what I mean? Of course, the cameras are on us, when we shoot, but we just try to, we
like
talk
zone
as
it out.
if, exactly, we talk as if it's just
connected.
us four. Yeah, so one of the questions I feel like that's been recurring, on our social media is, how do we know each other? How do we meet? And I know for myself, I knew Deborah first. We went to a school that some of you may know, Etienne Brûlé. Well, actually, wait, no.
No, you
didn't go to L'Oréal.
But I knew you before. Oh
yeah, Félix Leclerc, but we weren't, like, we knew of each other.
Because of family, I think.
Exactly.
But then we kind of reconnected when we went to Etienne Brûlé together.
Exactly.
And then from there, we had just kind of
and then you left. I think
friendship.
You left before. Left before me, and then after we ended up.
So we just kind of drifted, but we just came back one day, and here we are.
How did y'all come back? Was it around my wedding?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Honestly, I'm like, we just came back, like, you know, we just were drawn back together.
Go back together.
But you know when it's real, you can't stay far apart.
What's another relation?
We met in high school.
We met in high school.
I was in a classroom, English class, and then I was bumped up to the smarter kids class, you know.
The advanced
class, and then I met Lisa in class, so we kind of hit it off right away.
In the advanced class.
Is it IB? Was it the same thing?
It was like I don't know.
It's part of the IB. No,
It's just
fine.
it's a smart kids class. So we met in
Which
class.
I happen to be in.
I think we just clicked right away. I know
Yeah.
our parents knew each other from before, so we
Yes.
just kind of like built a friendship from
weird.
there. And because Michaela and Lisa are sisters, I met Michaela through Lisa. Fun fact, Michaela was not allowed to hang out with us, courtesy of her sister over
I
here.
mean, okay.
So it took a while. It took me fighting for her
Yeah,
to get her
that's
to you know, and look at where we are today.
I
So
know. Yeah.
you're
Click,
welcome.
click. And I think now you want to explain how it became 4.
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
she didn't explain her relation.
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's
go
true,
ahead,
girl.
girl.
That's
Go
true,
ahead,
girl.
girl.
Forgot about you, girl.
Nah, honestly, I'm just gonna piggyback what she said because there's a big age gap between me and Lisa, and so by the time when I was in grade 7, Lisa was already in grade 12. So this kind of started prior to, like, back when they were in grade 9. I couldn't really, you know, chill with them because I was in like grade 5 at the time. But, you know, coming into a high school, I started to actually grow a relationship with Debs that was outside of the relationship she had with my sister. And then we, you know, she wasn't happy with it, and she wanted me to like.
Let me just
wasn't
clarify.
having it.
Not having it is just, you know, when you're just that older sister wanting your
feel you.
your own
Yeah.
friends, and you have that
Young, cool.
she's like
The
in
younger
with it. She's
sister.
very mature and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like, it didn't sit right with me. I felt like she was too mature, which she's always been. She's always been very mature for her age. But I just felt like I wanted something for me. Like this was my friend, and I didn't necessarily want to share.
And I also met Priscilla at one of her female boss events. I went
you
with,
did?
Yeah, I did.
Because
that's true.
because of
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Because
true.
of Lisa.
Okay.
But I
'Cause
think
they had
oh,
a
sorry.
prior relationship,
Yeah.
okay? And that's something you guys can, you know, comment on yourselves. But they had a relationship before, and I was invited to her event. I came
first
as,
one.
I came representing, you know, LM Hair, which is her hair brand. So anyways, I came and I met Priscilla, and I was like, oh, I really, really like this girl. I remember actually telling Lisa, like, oh, I really, really like this girl. She has this very, like, homey vibe, like we know each other for a really
Yeah.
long time. And so anyways, how did we become 4?
Okay, so Lisa and I, we've met like prior.
we've
to.
met in passing.
We met in
the
passing.
past on a
Okay,
double
yes.
date. That's when we first
Yes,
met.
that's when it was initially.
That's when we first
I didn't
met.
know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I
like
met
in
her.
a quick passing where
Yeah,
we
we were on a double date with who I was dating at the time, and like it was an okay date. It's not
Yeah.
like we didn't vibe.
It wasn't like girl.
Like girl, oh my god, like no,
No,
but it
like-
was like a nice cordial
Yeah,
date,
dinner,
and
yeah.
it just like it kind of like
Wow.
we didn't really connect after that. Like we didn't keep
And then
up.
so let me tell you how it got. Okay.
Yeah.
So one day, okay, I needed to get my hair
She
done.
really need to get her hair
I
done.
really needed to get my hair done. I
Yeah.
cut my hair. I was in that growing phase. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I need someone to do. The girl who used to braid my hair, she moved. I don't know where she moved to, but she was gone. Right? So I'm like, who's gonna do my hair? I'm looking, and thank you to Instagram. Instagram's like the Google now, right? So I put I put hair, and one of the things that came up was LM Hair. And I was like, yo, this girl knows how to braid. I need a nice braid up. So I messaged you, right? I booked the service, and then you actually came.
Yeah.
You actually came to my place, and then
Not even knowing that like I knew it was her, but like I'm not even like putting two and two
same.
together.
Like I wasn't like this is a girl that like years ago we went on a double date with. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I didn't even put
She
that
came
together.
home like, oh my gosh, yo.
And then it was and then
Yeah.
and I think the same thing you said when you met me, which was what the vibe was with
Yeah.
us, where it was just
Yeah.
like we spoke like we knew each other from
Yo,
like, a
we
long
had like
time.
first of all, that was the longest braid up I've ever done on anyone's head. It was
Yeah,
just a
to
simple
like
hairstyle.
5 a.m. or 4 a.m. or
Like
something
it was
that.
like the longest like
It was long.
7 hours
Yeah, it
for
was
like a
long.
3-hour
It was
hairstyle
long.
just because we had such an authentic conversation and
That's awesome.
we were sharing heart to heart, and it was one of those things where it doesn't happen with everyone, but when you meet someone, you just feel like you guys are pouring into each other. You can easily share. Like, you're
And
not
then
even
you latch on.
like, it's not even like you're thinking, oh my God, is she gonna tell anybody? Like that was like the furthest thing from my mind. You just felt like you met someone that was so alike.
It just felt genuine, and
Yeah.
it felt like we had a lot of similarities. And I just kept booking it. I just kept booking the hair services. Not because I want her around, but obviously she does good hair. So I think from then we started talking more and things like that. And then leading up to your wedding now,
Yes.
right, was where we talked about wedding and stuff, and you needed obviously coordination services. You took on roti, so and then that's when I really got more in the mix, where it's like I got to see you more, then I got to see
and
you
then
more.
we were already seeing Debs because we're such close family
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
We're so
I'm
like
always
we're already
here.
family. We're always
So
together.
I'm the adopted child.
And she
Like,
she was brought in, but everything flowed so authentically, so like meant to be. Like, it wasn't forced.
Yeah.
And what I liked is when I brought her. I could, like, when I would say I brought you in.
She brought me in. She brought me in.
No, no, but like I brought you like more into like the family.
Yeah.
It flowed so well. Like, I didn't have, you know, when you introduce somebody for the first time, you'd be like, "Hey y'all, this is
so-and-so."
Priscilla,"
And
like,
it's like,
and then
okay.
you're wondering, you're like, "Okay, I wonder if Debs is gonna get along with her. I wonder if Michaela, like, if they're." Everything just
Fell
flowed
into place.
to the point where y'all, like, you guys did like the whole sleepover thing. I wasn't there. A part of me was like,
That
oh,
was
my
lit.
A part of me was like,
That
oh
was
man,
lit.
I'm not
But
there.
we did
I
a
wonder.
breakfast.
But
we did a breakfast.
yeah, but you guys were doing things even without me. It just felt like we became a family.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a little bit of our history.
It's a lot of bit
How
about history.
lot of
Uncut
it,
4
yeah.
came to be.
Yeah. So Uncut Fork is authentically built from our genuine sisterhood, our friendship, our love.
No. Yeah, so that was it. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, talk about what you told us about you guys just like used to just talk
Okay.
topics and stuff like that. 'Cause
So-
that's really how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So from us just authentically being together and meshing so well together, I had it was
your
my,
idea.
Yeah, first my
Yeah.
idea. Just I felt that something was missing. Something that we all felt that something was missing in social media as far as authentic, raw, vulnerable, and. Again, it was just one of those afternoons. They came over, and I brought on the idea.
One of
And,
our
like,
talks.
Priscilla
One of
was
our
already like,
one of
"Oh
our
my
usual
gosh."
talks.
Yeah.
Because we have these talks
I was
all
really
the
like, let's
time,
get
not
a
on
plan.
camera, just on regular. I'd go over to their house and we sit there. I literally don't get home till 2 a.m. because we're just having these conversations
Yeah.
that are never ending. And sometimes they're so meaningful that it really, you leave there feeling like I really learned something from this conversation.
Yeah.
So it was really
And
important.
then now thinking like, how many people can we make feel like that too? Feel
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you can have, like, we're having a conversation. It's like you're just watching us. We want to hear what you guys think too, right? So it's like we felt moved and kind of like, you know what I mean? After a conversation, we were motivated, we were moved, we felt different, and
We
were
want
like,
to bring that feeling to your
Yeah.
living room, to your TV.
Yeah.
You know, we want to, you know,
your
inspire,
screen, phone
inspire, inspire other conversations with your
Yeah.
group of friends, with your, you know, your sisterhood, brotherhood, family. We want to keep this
And we wanna
going,
grow.
and we want to grow. Want to, you know, make it a community
Right.
where people are authentically talking and not being so polished.
and like letting their walls down.
Yes,
Yeah.
not being so
Walls down.
filtered.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
It-
definitely
yeah.
want to hear.
Yeah, it's
we
a
wanna hear
journey.
from
It's-
you
it's a
guys.
and
journey
we
we
hope
wanna
that
share with
us
you.
being able to put ourselves out there would motivate others to be like, you know what, I can be myself. I can be just as vulnerable. I can be transparent. I can be me and not feel like I have to kind of,
right.
Put on
You know what
a
I mean?
facade
Exactly.
to be able to show my best self out there.
yeah.
You can expect very fun topics. You can expect really deep topics. We like to just have genuine conversation. I think we say the word genuine a lot, but that's really what happens. We just talk about things that interest us and things that really what we're passionate about, issues, social issues, what we've encountered. Us, you know, sharing our personal stories with you is definitely something that
Talk
you
about struggles.
Yeah.
Talk about failures.
We talk about a lot of things that most people are afraid to say. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like things people wouldn't normally talk about, you'll hear it on Uncut.
We also have fun though, you know, we laugh, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, we're ourselves. So
Yeah.
we definitely have like the fun topics, the
Things
funny
that are a little bit
topics.
embarrassing.
Yeah. Like this is not just like we're just like women talking about women and women. Like, definitely we want to talk. We want to be a type of show where like even men can tune in and still like find themselves. We want to be able to kind of grasp all types of like demographics, all types of like ethnicities, all types of people.
So you guys, you don't want to miss it. You want to make sure you tune in, set your alarm clock, whatever you gotta do to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes, because you don't want to miss none. Okay? Because we get what?
We get together, we get comfortable, we get real.
Hey.
We get together, we get comfortable, we get real.
We get together. We get comfortable. We get real. Hey. We get together. What? We get comfortable. We get real. Hey.
Let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun.
Them join us.